So the machine painting back here again. So what I'm doing is just, well, I was painting some models. I got a film playing, so I thought I would just do a sit, chat, paint for another long video, but I just painted up, I don't know if he's going to come out because the light's not really on, but a pox walker, and I'm really chuffed of him. He looks really good. It probably isn't coming out on the camera so well because of the light. Hang on, let me just, I don't want all my lights on while I film this sit and chat because it ends up getting so hot in here I start melting. But just a little pox walker there. Don't know how it's going to come out on the camera, but trust me, it looks pretty good. I put a bit of time into him. I was going to plan to do these really fast and then just knock them out. I messed around with the basing, which I shouldn't have done. I added on some of my products just out of boredom. Really, I shouldn't have done it. And then I've just inked them back up and browned them on him. The Contagion Walker was a, again, it's not probably going to come out on the camera, but he was a knocked together. Done a bit on a video previously about him. It's not my top job on him, but I need to get them done to get them sold. With the pox walkers, what I did was basically coated them black, and then I went in with Vallejo blue violet with a little bit of what's it called, mutant pink or something. I can't find it. Squid pink. But I think the violet kind of so strong it took over. So what I did from that stage then was I went in and airbrushed from top down Zenith beige red for the skin tone. Then I went in with some violet ink, and then that's as far as this one's got. Then what I did is I went in with a little bit of Reichland flesh, which I'll do now on this guy, and then I dry brushed him to finish him. I dry brushed to get those boils and pustules, basic skin tone. So let's get a bit of this on here. My airbrush is knackered, I'm going to have to replace it, the seals and all. I could work it out and get the seals and all sorted, but it's knackered. I'm one of those people, I've learnt over the last couple of years, I want things, I don't want to sit there and work it out. I want it all sorted and working 100% all the time, and I find out with computers and any kind of mechanical device, it's just not the best trait, I guess. I want it to work and work right first time round. Okay, let's clean this brush off a bit. So basically, I don't know if you can hear that, I'm not even pressing anything, and there's air leaking out that end. Sometimes it spits the paint out the end without even pressing anything. I have to keep pulling this part back to stop it from blowing out air. So I think a seal, something's wrong at this end, but I think there's a seal just in front of the trigger as well, which is knackered. So what I might do is just buy this whole assembly part again, keep this one though, and have it as a backup, and then at some point get around to working it out properly. I'm just going to clean it because I've sprayed some white in there to get the stripe for the road marking on that one. But yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I'm one of those people, as if I don't know how to do it, I don't want to fumble. I guess that's the thing. My flaw is I don't want to fumble and try and work it out and balls it up even further. I'd rather just get a new one. I think it's about, for that part there, I think, see, I've just used it. I'm not pressing any trigger or anything. It's just leaking air out this end. And sometimes the paint and stuff, whatever I've got in here, backflows through the probably broken seal and comes back out around the trigger, so the trigger's getting all messy. And it probably is just a couple of the seals, but it's been a problem for a little while now, so I'll look to replace that soon. But I'll still keep using it because I can still use it in the meantime. So we'll leave that ink dry. That was just the Agrax Earth shade. So what I might do is really excuse me, I might finish off these. So what I found I did on this one is I went over paintbrush and painted violet on all the tentacles and weird parts, and then with the airbrush went in with the beige, and then put the ink of violet and then a little bit of Reichman flesh over. So what I might do, so that's him done. Has he got anything on his, is that his backpack? No, he's got his backpack on his arm. He's got an arm here somewhere. I think that might be his arm. There's a little bit of sinewy stuff attaching his shoulder to the gum. So here's that part painting. So what I'm going to do is get my wet palette, excuse my arm stretching across. And excuse me. Every time I seem to go on recording lately and start talking, I get a really blocked up nose. Really weird. So my wet palette's a bit messy. I'm not going to bother replacing the tissue and wax paper or whatever it is, parchment paper, just to do this part. But so shake up my violet, blue violet, a bit on there, and then just thin that out, maybe more than 50-50, it'll probably go a bit more. Just mix that in. Probably try and balance this just off the screen, you know, off the way, out the way, just to the side. Some kitchen tissue. Got a bit too much on there. So I've mentioned this a few times on my videos because I probably haven't got any viewers at the moment, or subscribers so to speak. I don't know by the time this one comes out. But no one seems to do these sit and talk whilst they're doing a hobby really anymore, and I kind of understand why, and I kind of understand maybe if because people stop doing it because people either fast forward or just go to another video. But I have said previously, I'm not doing this for anything like any, I don't know, what's call it, any kind of monetary gain, I suppose, or this is purely just to encourage me to sit here and actually video, because if I'm videoing I've got to focus on what I'm doing rather than playing a computer game, or like I'm doing now watching a movie. I might have stopped and just watched this movie. I ain't got a clue, I've missed the first 20 minutes and I've got a clue what's going on. Yeah, so this was kind of more for like encouraging me to do stuff. So in that sense then I kind of have to do what I enjoy rather than appease to people just to get viewers and subscribers, I guess. So I kind of have to face the fact that I'm not doing the best videos, I'm not going to be the most popular YouTuber, I'm not going to be, you know, it's not the best, but hopefully people, I mean there are some people that do, I mean Train Tutor, he does fantastic train videos, but he also does ones where he's just in his studio or he's even just sat at home in front of his computer. Now he might be maybe I don't know, more interesting than myself, I could say, as to sit and watch. He's got a good character, isn't he? If you've seen him, he's bubbly, quirky chap. He's a nice guy. I'm not saying that I'm not a nice guy, but I might not be. I don't know. I'm not putting myself down, but I'm just talking realistic. I'm under no illusions that I'm gonna get thousands and thousands of views. It'd be nice because it then would encourage me to keep going. It would then open up opportunities for me maybe to get even more interaction with people. Oh, this guy's a right mess, and his guts are hanging out here. Let's paint all that up. What was I saying then? I forgot what I was just saying. I had a point. Oh yeah, if I did get thousands, it opens up opportunities for me to start doing, viewer giveaways, and maybe even encourage me to move to a platform maybe like Twitch and start streaming. I don't know whether I should look into getting a better setup camera wise and whatnot, and maybe just do that anyway, because then you are kind of doing what I'm doing here. You are kind of just sitting there chatting and painting, and that's probably the platform maybe that I should do these videos towards, maybe once a week on one of my days off. But the thing is, my normal job, my days off are not fixed days off every week, so there's that problem of having a schedule where people are expecting you to be on, or know that you're on, and then you build up a viewer base and they expect you to be on at that certain date time so they can log in. So you're going to have quite a variable viewer base because of that, which is problematic in itself to build that up. But then I guess you can just link the video to it'll be recorded and linked to YouTube anyway, so if I'm doing this anyway, then it kind of makes sense to do that, I guess. I could do battle reports, but the thing is, I don't have fully painted armies, because I tend to be doing stuff all the time to sell, and I'm not getting the time to do my own. So I'd hate to have unpainted models. Plus I only play between me and a couple of my brothers, so it'd be the same battle report, same armies, just rehashed over and over and over, and that's just not interesting. You need one where you can either get people in who bring their armies, which is probably not going to happen, or you've got to have multiple armies yourself. You've got to have a huge collection and all painted. So battle reports, probably I can do one or two, but they're not going to be a mainstream sort of thing that I'm going to be able to do, I don't think. Where I live, I've not looked to see if there are any gaming groups. I think there's one that I found, but it's quite a way away. And you could go to the Games Workshop store, but nah. It's on a tiny table. You can't film there anyway, really. I don't think they'd be too happy with that. I don't know if they would have a problem with that or not, to be honest. I don't know if they even have a kind of a policy where you can't do that. Excuse me, clear my nose. God, this guy's got weird bits all over him. yeah, so I don't know. I'm just going to do what I want. I think that's the best way to go about things. End of the day, it's you see, I've seen quite so many YouTubers I've started to follow and they just disappear. It does take a lot to do this, you know. If you're not doing it yourself, you wouldn't realise the effort you've got to do, because you've got to edit this after every video. It's not. It's a thankless kind of thing to do, really. Unless there's somehow you're getting a lot of money out of it. Be it through these people who do the Patreon or, you know, get donations that way. Or somehow get such a large following, millions upon millions, you're getting obviously advertising revenue, and that doesn't happen very often. There's not many people that can get to that. It's kind of a unachievable for a lot of people. And then you got that whole thing of the keyboard warriors, which deters people. I just don't understand why people do that. They've obviously got issues themselves, mentally or in their life. You got to look at it that way. You got to feel sorry for them. That someone that actually sits there and kicks off. If you've got nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. Just don't watch the video. Just move on. Watch another one. That's how I view it. I don't even put thumbs down on videos, even if I watch it and go, oh, you know, and get your opinion. You're like, so what? You don't have to put a thumbs down. Just move on. Don't have to watch it. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have a lot of problems in the world. Bless them. And they feel the need to have a go and put someone down. Maybe they get put down a lot in their life and feel insecure or have depression issues or whatever, and they're just idiots, I guess you could say. But that's something that's not going to affect me, because I'm just going to ignore it. I mean, if it gets personal or anything like that, you can obviously always block them. They'll make a new account, I suppose, but then you can just block them. And how many times they're going to keep making an email address you report them? I don't know. But I think on the whole, from what I can gather, this community that does wargaming, you get a wide variety of people, from obviously the extreme geeks to just everyday people who just like doing it because it's a fun thing to do. So it's not like a geek's hobby, though, is it? It kind of is, but it isn't, because I mean, I'm not a geek. I don't class myself as a geek. You know, I'm a big guy. I'm an ex-rugby player, quite a high level. But it's just something that I did in my childhood and then picked it up again when I saw that you could possibly paint and make a bit of money, and I thought, well, stop playing rugby now. I need a few hobbies. Give it a go. Because I was seeing some things going on eBay, and I was thinking, I'm sure if I gave it a go I could do better than that. And I saw them selling, and I was like, that's quite a lot of money for what the level that they've done to sell it. And once you sell that first one, in a blink of an eye, you're like, well, right, okay. And for me, that's how it then kind of cascaded. What am I saying? A message from someone. But these guys I'm selling, I need to get them painted up to a good level, just so that I can get them out the door. But Yeah, I would quite like to collect a Death Guard army, to be honest. In 8th, obviously, they're the ones that are getting a lot of love right off the bat. It's not, but I want to collect them because of flavour of the month. I've always just loved this kind of. I mean, the look of them, and they've obviously done a great job with the new models and the kind of that chaos, the kind of disease and festering these, and the mutants, and now the poxwalkers look awesome. It's just that kind of imagery in your head of, you know, you're behind your battlements like Imperial Guards or Space Marines, and there's this fog, this green fog slowly creeping across towards your battlements. Behind it, you get glimpses of these disease, horrible things. And the panic that suddenly starts striking into you. And then you kick their ass. But saying that, I mean, what's the messages? I do like hang on. What was I saying? I get distracted and forget what I'm saying so quickly. Maybe it's old age coming in. Oh, that was it. I quite like the Forge World, some of the Forge World corn big guys. I like the Brass Scorpion, not the Lord of Skulls, the walking one. I forgot what it's called. I think it begins with a K. And what I still like, I like the little ones that I've forgotten their names, but they got a harpoon weapon, and I saw in like a, is it a book? They're like trying to bring down like a titan and harpooning it and dragging it down, a warlord titan or something. But you could have them as a detachment, obviously. But I'd like the look of the. I mean, I think it's getting a bit old now. Maybe it's a slight update. The what's it called? Blight drone. Greater Blight drone. The new one's okay. I quite like the new one that comes in the starter box. That's not bad. This guy's got tons of tentacles on him. Probably gonna do all these, and then as I start moving on to next stages, pick a model up and find out I've missed a tentacle or tendril or testicle. I mean intestine, testicle. I hope I haven't missed any of that. Some dangly balls off his head. That's just blue tacked on, so let's take that on. Let's leave that on so I know it's with him. I think what's that got in there? We've got too many tentacles actually. It's not too bad. Alright, this is the one with the big bell over his head. Let's see what he's got on him. He's got a pretty. Let's just turn my compressor off. He's got a pretty gross foot thing going on here. That's what you get for not drying in between your toes after you've been in the water. Yeah, this guy's got a lot on him. Yes, he's got a lot going on. I don't know if you can see how much purple has gone onto that back there, but there's a few actually little tiny maggots and things. Okay, I think that's him. The purple. Oh, he's probably got something on his backpack, has he? A little bit of. Alright, two more. Oh, my back's aching. Neck's aching, crouched over. This is why as well I could never be a full-time commission painter, because hunching over, I get hunched over and I get hunched over. Drink here. Oh yeah, I'd end up crippled with a bad neck and back. I'm trying to now be conscious of it and sit up a bit straighter. I think that's that one. No, there's more. But this, what's the date today of me doing this? This is 3rd of September. I did it and then thought about it for kind of, I could cancel the order. I paid, pre-ordered the 30 years model, and looking at it, it's just not worth £15 for that one model. Very disappointing in and you should always vote with your hobby dollars, really, but I don't know, I did it, I wish I hadn't. I could still cancel the order, I guess, but I don't know. It's just a normal Primaire Space Marine. I can't see anything special about it. Why didn't they do something like a... I know they got, if you got the sergeant with the power fist for a store anniversary, but why didn't they do something a bit better, more spectacular, you know, than just a normal Space Marine with a purity scroll? It's basically all it is. But I paid for it. I'll probably just let it go through and get it and keep it. Something that I think I'm going to do now though from now on is get the, when I can, is get the Forge World. I need to go back up there really and get one of the ones that you can only buy store exclusive up there. The Librarian, and he's got like the smoke with like a demon head coming out the top. I really wish I picked him up when I was there. I picked up the, I always forget his name, the Custode one. But I spent like 300 quid on models while I was there, so it's kind of like, how can I keep justifying buying more and more and more and more? Right, that's him done, I think. Last dude, I don't think this guy's got too much on him. I say that, and I'll probably go around and find tons. Samuel Jackson's in this film. Now, he's a bit of a hit and miss actor for me. He's done some horrible films. Oh, well, my opinion, obviously, my taste of films. Like, what was it, 51st State or something? There's a few others that are just poor films. And then obviously he's done some really good films. But yeah, I don't know. He's obviously happy with the paycheck, I guess. I think he's one of those actors that can only do one. Well, basically himself. He can't. I don't think he can be like a method actor. I'd like him to prove me wrong on that, but it always seems to be the same guy in every movie. Maybe they just, because of that, he just gets cast into those parts. But I do like a good film. My girlfriend watches pretty much every new film that comes out in the cinema, within reason, apart from like the kiddies ones. I think that's them done. I'm quite happy with that. See, it does help to sit paint and video, because they've been sat there for I don't know how long. When the box came out and I painted them up. Painted them up pretty much the day I got them, the first parts. It's probably been a couple of months or more. Time flies. There's his head. Oh, it's over there. I think I could glue that on now. Oh no, maybe I need to paint the gun, the back side of the gun. Yeah. Right, so let's get the airbrush fired up. Oh, stretching me neck and back. Oh. I wish you could see this Poxwalker though. I'm really happy with him. You could see him in sort of a human eye better. See, I'm tempted to sell the Space Marines and keep the Poxwalkers and do them all to a higher level like this guy, rather than to a really good level and just get them out the door. Let's see if they're selling on eBay, box walkers. eBay. Okay, box walkers. There's a lot off sprue. There's only one army, 250 quid. See, now I don't know whether to sell mine separate. I might sell mine. Oh, they've done the poxwalkers really green. I don't like that. And then they've done a similar kind of purple for the tendrils, but then done nothing else with it. It's just purple like that. I'm not criticising someone else's work. It's fine. They're happy with it, but. Oh no, no, not. Yeah. Right, that's that. So let's get this paint going. Let's get this beige red. So I'm going to go about 50-50 water. Let's get the beige. Where's the beige red? Beige red. I've got a lot to do here though, haven't I, really? Because I also need to spray those, so I might put a bit more in. Because I can do all the poxwalkers at the same time. There's going to be a lot of airbrushing. I need to replace my compressor as well. Oh, that's a bit too much, maybe I don't need that much. Yeah, it's one of those things as well, when you're doing commissions, you've got overheads and things go wrong. You have to buy the paints, the paint brushes, the airbrush cleaner, basing material if you do a bit more of a Gucci base, airbrushes, compressors, did I say that? And all the other little tiny things that come with it, like magnets or even cleaning tools and tweezers. There's a plethora of things that you need. Obviously a lot of it, once you've bought and it lasts, but some of it, it's got that unpredictable possibility of going pear-shaped. Like an airbrush. If you're clumsy and go to clean it and it falls out. So I'm being quite precise and mainly going air with this. It's on a wet tissue though, so let's get a clean tissue. I go through kitchen towel, I've said this before in previous videos, like crazy amount. Let's get that tissue out of the way. Let's get back onto the film. So no one seems to be painting these up and putting them on eBay at the time of me looking, so probably because there's a lot to it. They're not an easy, straightforward paint them, bang, job done, get them out the door. There's too much detail on them. There's he go, sticking about there. So I'm just going in, leaving some purple showing. Ooh, try not to overspray too much onto the green armour and whatnot. A little bit's okay because we're going to hit it with some inks, washes and me. Oh, it's a pain. I love this airbrush as well. There you go. Well, shit happens. Just got to adapt, move on, but it's usable still. So I think it is just a case of the seals, but I will probably buy a whole unit just so that I can crack on and then work out the seals, rather than get seals and then find out it's not the seals and then I'd have to buy a unit anyway. So I'd rather go to the extreme first and then work backwards. Cooking with gas now, we're flying. Almost. Oh no, shit, I keep saying almost done and I've got all the bloody pox walkers to do. It'll be okay, we'll get there. If you're thinking about Twitch, you know, I might do that. I just need to get a webcam as well as this cam, maybe work out how to rig it up so they both can be on the screen. Get a better angle for this filming, a better fan so that with all the lights on I don't melt in the heat. Got to be comfortable. What else? Just grow from there. It'd be nice, I guess, to get some sort of donations and system set up in the future if I carry this on and get to that kind of level, because then you can buy things that you wouldn't normally buy, maybe, and go through and paint them and draw. Maybe, you know, obviously then you've got the options of giving things away, which is always good. Always a good feeling. Oh, that came out way too fast. Always a good feeling to give away kind of like a prize or something. It's like a thank you for supporting and sticking with me in the future. If I ever get to that stage, that'd be great. If I don't matter. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Okay, let's just put that water. Okay, that's them. Now the poxwalkers. Okay, so let's just whack these from top to bottom. And this guy is really mutated. He's got a bionic arm as well, so he's probably some sort of servitor or something in the past. Of some sort or something. But that mutated body has gone to the extreme. He's borderline turning into a chaos spawn. He's got more tentacles and crackle coming out of him than a squid. This guy, they got like a bony arm, like almost like an insect thing coming on. They've done a great job, particularly these poxwalkers, I think. Even more so than the Nurgle Space Marines. These poxwalkers are just awesome. Game wise, I guess if you could go with a horde of them, they're going to be good. I don't know if I think they could get shot up a bit. Don't know if they can go into a transport or not. I don't think they can. Don't quote me on that. I'm saying I don't know or think they can. I don't know. So if they can't get in a transport and they've got to foot slog it, you're just going to shoot the shit out of them. Okay, let's come out a bit watery. Just get some air onto him. Okay, so I might just put a little bit more painting, so it's just a tiny bit watery. Mix that up. well, my airbrush, my compressor, I mean, heating up. So I've got a bit of outgoings to go to get myself back up to scratch. So I want to buy a Bambi silent air compressor. That's 330 quid, let's say. New airbrush piece, which is 59. It's cost 60 quid. I might have to get a new needle. I don't know. I could use this needle, I guess. But then I'll probably have to at some point as well get the seals, if it is the seals, just to find out. Guessing while I'm at it, I might buy a different airbrush as well, like an Iwata or something. I've never had an Iwata or Iwata, or how I'm not sure how you pronounce Iwata airbrush. A lot of people seem to use them. I mean, I'd love this hardback. What's it called? Harder and Stoneback, is it? Harder and made in Germany by Harder and Steenbeck. I went from the bog standard ones you get off eBay or Amazon that come with the cheapest compressor you can get, made in China crap, to Badger, which was a step up, but not significantly. The Patriot was okay until it started going wrong. The Chrome was an absolute nightmare. Maybe it was my lack of experience, I don't know, but then going to this, it's just like, oh my god, this is just worlds apart. This is a Ferrari of that's what it feels like, you know, compared to what I was using previously. My brother, he's bought an Iwata actually. I wouldn't mind borrowing it and just trying it out. It looks really nice. I think this will always be my favourite airbrush though. So what time are we at? We're at 53 minutes, so I'll probably stop this dead on the hour and then go and get a drink, come back and do a part 2, sit and talk, finish these guys off to show you through the steps I do. It's not to get more video content out, it's just that, like I said, this really does encourage me to actually crack on and paint when I do sit and talk and paint, because or else I would have now probably still been on these, like, third Space Marine or something, because I would have been playing the computer game, or would have just stopped and watched gone and got a drink and watched the movie that I've got playing. But 5 minutes and 15 seconds I can. Quite like when I paint things to have a purple base coat for skin and that. I do it with my orcs as well. If you've seen me doing my Mega Dread, doing the pilot driver or whatever he is, I go with a different purple on that one though, but it leaves, when you look up at it from underneath up top, it leaves a really nice shading as well. But it's going to be hit with inks and stuff anyway to get it to a different level. See, now I never know on this hand holding this dagger if that's a glove. I think that might be a glove because it's got these ribs. Yeah, it's got ribs on the top of the hand. Whereas I started painting it on this one as if it was a hand. Oh no, actually it could be like sinews in the back of the hand. I don't know. This airbrush killing me. What I'll do is I'll just carry on. I'll stop the video now because we're almost at an hour and that time flies by. And I really do appreciate if you have sat for this whole time. And you know, I've brought up a few topics. I've talked about a few things there. Through your opinions as well. Keep them constructive, obviously, or else they get ignored or removed or deleted. Or I'd probably ignore the camera. But yeah, all opinions. It's your opinion, so all opinions welcome. on a few of the things that I've mentioned there. I can't even remember now what I've talked about, a lot of the things. And please do put a thumbs up. It doesn't take much, just give it a little tick. Hit subscribe would be also one of the main things. That would be great, really appreciated. Hit the bell thing as well now that they do, so that you can get the notifications of when my videos go up. I try and get 1 to 2 up a week if I can. I've got a load of backlog ones to get up from when I had problems with my software and computer getting them online when I was editing them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.